Per Ardua Ad Infinitum 2022, the first of the year for Hero ERA and its rally events. It has a 300-mile route over 1.5 days, and it's a red event, so it's very, very difficult. 15 regularities, 17 tests, all crammed into a very tight schedule. This event is a little bit Le Jog, a little bit RAC Rally of the Tests, and as the competitors gather ready for the onslaught, who can hit the podium on this first event of 2022? Multi-champions and previous Per Ardua winners Paul Crosby and Andy Pullen are the favourites in their Porsche 911. That number one on the door says something about their expectations.
Well, we are starting with number one on the door, so I suppose the clue's in the number, isn't it?
I don't know if we can do it again, is the honest answer. We're going to try our best, as we always do.
There's double Hero ERA Cup and Golden Roma Award winners Paul Boxage and Ian Canavan. The double champions will want to take advantage of their quick and nimble Golf with its front-wheel drive in the muddy and twisty lanes of Devon. Angus McQueen and Mike Cochran took a class win on the Le Jog and missed gold medals by fractions, but they'll want to try and win this one. Darren Everett and Susan Dixon are winners. They always entertain in their Rorty Triumph 2000.
We like a challenge. I'd rather have a really hard one and mess up than a really easy one. Obviously we're out to smash it.
Yeah.
But last time we were out to smash it, I think we said that on day 2 of Rally of the Tests and it all went wrong.
Alistair Leckie and Matt Outhwaite in their Saab 900 Turbo made meteoric progress last year. Why shouldn't that continue? They've been close to success before, but Renault aficionados Malcolm Dunderdale and Anita Wickens have brought another new addition to their Renault stable, a Renault Gordini, built freshly for the snow and ice.
We needed a car for the Winter Challenge, and this is its first event. So a shakedown for the Winter Challenge, which of course is not now happening. This thing, front engine, front drive, and all the weight and a lot of weight over the front wheels. I'm expecting to understeer off into the boonies at some point.
Thomas and Roger Bricknell, the winning father and son crew, are one of the strongest driver-navigator combinations in the Hero ERA Rally Series. You can never discount them. An outside bet for the podium is BTCC technician Colin Martin and his mother and navigator Angie Martin. When they're on form, the escort flies.
We either have a really good day or we have a really bad day. There's no consistency,
No.
have we?
But as long as we have fun and don't get too lost, we'll be
That's
alright.
it, yes, yeah, very much so.
There's a lot of action packed into a day and a half. It's going to be like a mini Rally of the Tests, Le Jog type thing. So yeah, it's going to be very challenging.
Alistair, I was looking for the Saab and now found you squeezed into an MGB. What happened?
Got in the Saab last night and it gave the last breath of its starter motor. Some frantic phone calls were made. Simon Ayris at Rally Preparation Services has come good with this one, and we've made the event. Matt's doing his nut because he hasn't got enough space for his books or his maps or anything like that.
And so far, how does the MG feel compared to the Saab?
It's small. I think we're both 6 foot plus and we're both larger gentlemen, and it's a bit of a challenge, but I'll tell you what, it drives really well, Tony.
Try and get it to the finish.
Absolutely.
Sign under your boat.
fog and snow up over the moors is quite exciting in the dark and this sort of thing, you know. It's what we used to do as young lads, you know, doing 12 cars and all-nighters and stuff. So it is fun. I'm enjoying it, even though we know we're way down the results, but we're having fun. Difficult roads, you know, but fun. That's what we do it for. Yeah.
Right, Richard, what's happening?
For the second time today, we're having a problem with the pre-select linkages covered in ice. We've now scraped the ice off and just put it back together, and we should be off and running again in a few minutes. We've had to relent and put the roof up as well, so it's been.
We noticed that, yeah.
It was the sleet and snow that did this for us, but it's good fun. Good fun.
The second to last regularity just now was gone up to about 440 in height terms, and there was quite a bit of snow up there, but the rest of it's been okay. You know, I think if it gets a bit icy later, it might be quite interesting.
A lot of snow at one point, especially when we had to take the little detour and we were getting higher and higher into a lot of snow, but we came out of it again. Lots of interesting fords to crash through. This is the latest thing I've ever done, very outside my comfort zone, but it is a challenge and I'm going to survive it, come hell or high water.
Yeah, the snowy bit's a bit tricky. The snowy bit's a bit scary at some points. Trying to keep up with the right time. Across the moor in the snow and ice in the dark, and then the mist came as well.
Conditions are fun, not a lot of grip, shooting past junctions, reversing, shooting past them again. It's a step up, isn't it? It's a big challenge.
Yeah, we've been having a really good day. In fact, we've been having a really excellent evening. I just got mixed up at a couple of junctions on the Moorlands Road, which is why they take you up there, working at night, with all of the challenges that brings, using a map magnifier on your map and keeping an eye on your speed tables and having elderly eyes, it all makes a difference. So I made a mistake, we dropped a minute, but we've got a lot to go at yet. It's a red event, so we're on the level of Le Jog and Rally of the Tess here.
It's been some tricky conditions out there, especially up over the tops. Quite a lot of ice and, well, just mainly bits of snow in places. Unfortunately, we lost a reg because it was so icy in one place. But yeah, interesting conditions and tough for the marshals though. It's bitterly cold out there, isn't it?
How do you think you're doing?
Could be a little bit better, but could also be a lot worse. So,
how's Paul's driving?
Oh, it's fantastic as usual.
The alternator went in the last reg, or before the last reg, so we've been driving around on dip headlights, but we've just managed to fix it. Other than that, we seem to be doing all right. We're making less mistakes than some people and more than others.
The crews have battled through fog, snow, and now it's starting to freeze. So it's been a proper January Valley, and as the name of the event is, it's tough and it's against all the odds basically.
Any feedback from the competitors so far?
Great feedback from all the crews coming in after the night section. Where else can you do 45 miles at night on great roads? Where we did the whole thing in the course car. We've never met a single local car, so it's been great to just enjoy yourself basically.
What's in store for them on day 2?
Day 2 is a day of tests. There's 14 tests tomorrow in Speethorpe Airfield, a TC section, and 6 regularities, all of which will keep them on their toes, I think.
Last night was epic in the lanes. There was pouring rain, there was snow, there was fog, there was everything.
Narrow, tight, the Devon and Somerset lanes are all they threaten to be, aren't they?
And they are very narrow and they've got very steep sides. So yeah, all adds to the excitement. Tough event, really tough.
It's difficult, no doubt about it. It's a proper red event, if not black. The amount of time the guys had for plotting this morning was minimal, should we say, which is why they're all at it now.
They make a meal of it, I'm sure it's not that difficult.
I'm only a driver, so what would I know? So, there you go.
It's going okay for us, yeah. It's pouring with rain. It's very slippy on the tests and the regs, but we haven't made any serious errors yet, and it's been a good, exciting morning.
The chicanes on the Speethorpe test, I think I've got arms like Popeye now, but we're doing the best we can in very difficult conditions, no doubt.
We had a little issue on the last test where there was a stop in the box where we went past and had to go back in, but yeah, it's been going all right because it's quite tough and wet and muddy out there.
Well, we hope to see you on the podium later on.
We hope to get there, let alone be on the podium, Tony, believe me that.
Curtis, we've been watching you out there on the tests in the lovely XJS. It looks to be going well.
Today we've been fastest in our class on 5 out of the 6 tests. Yesterday we were fastest on every test in our class. So that's a big improvement for us.
Graham, I think the toughest job is your job, isn't it, as a navigator?
This is a mental challenge beyond anything else. So this is pretty much, I think, the toughest event I've ever done.
The VW in front of you is still in your sights. Is it possible to overtake them?
I think there's about 25-30 seconds between us, and I mean one slip under control and you lost a minute. So he had a slip first yesterday, then we gave him a minute back. So yeah, it might be who blinks first.
Paul, your verdict on Per Ardua?
The Ardua bit, definitely. it was hard work.
Yeah, you speak to all the navigators, Tony. You know, some of the well-seasoned navigators found it quite tricky.
The first 2 regs we messed up yesterday, and then first 2 this morning, so could do with two jokers first thing each day, and then we'll be all right.
It's been a great learning experience for me, and we've definitely got better over the weekend as well. So it's the first time I've done an event on maps as well, so trying to get used to juggling speed tables, maps and everything else that goes with it. It's been quite a challenge.
It was difficult in the navigation and not in the speed changes. It was just like finding the route and doing the plotting, and just loved that.
It was a tough rally. It's no good if it's too easy, I suppose. Everybody would be near the front.
I think there's 19 seconds. If we pulled 19 seconds on the time control section over Noel and Pete, then we might have managed to get back up into third. But we tried our best to do what we could.
This was as good as Rally of the Test, I reckon. You know, in terms of endurance and in terms of toughness, if that's a word. But you know, it's brilliant.
I mean, everyone says it's going to be like the tests and Le Jog rolled into one. I think it was more difficult, because it was so intense and it was condensed into such short space.
But last night was the best. 30 miles an hour down all those lanes in the dark, that was so much fun. And then the TC section tonight was absolutely brilliant.
And that TC stage at the end was radical. Just flat out, it was so great. It was like racing again. That's what made it so much fun for me.
Test 13. Spins off onto the grass. So Darren, being the gentleman, says, "You drive, I'll get out and push." And
the car didn't move. So Susan gets out, I get in, she pushes, and the car moves.
And unfortunately, I feel it's all on camera.
I think I need more Weetabix.
Second place. Are you happy with that, Paul?
Of course. I mean, we're seeded 2 and looks like we've come a second. So yeah. If you'd asked me at the start of the event, would we be happy with second? I'd be thrilled to bits.
Yeah.
And on what was a very, very tough event.
Paul, Andy, massive congratulations. You have successfully defended your Per Ardua victory. How do you feel about that?
Absolutely over the moon. Congratulations to Andy mostly, I mean, for all that navigational stuff. Did a brilliant job.
All that navigational stuff, that's just how it is.
Yesterday the snow caused us a few problems, but you know what, I think it put some excitement into it. It's become an adventure, and that's thrilling, that's great.
Finishing with a flourish on the airfield, everyone's been raving about that.
The nature of the course, the way we tightened it all up, I think should have made it very, very exciting.
Well, all I'm going to say is that marshals were absolutely mega. They deserve a massive round. I think the only people sort of dafter than the marshals were the people in open-top pre-war cars.
A massive well done to George for speaking to that many farmers, which is fairly unbelievable. Can you imagine the numbers of cups of tea that he's managed to drink?
And bottles of wine and whiskey as well.
But fantastic event. Thanks to everyone at Hero for putting it on. Brilliant, brilliant event. Tough but brilliant.
Bye.